How do you know what to give as an offering? There are so many different demons and there's so little information on them in most books. It's so hard to tell what they like and what they don't like and what they want and what they hate. What should you give demons? The answer is actually much easier than we seem to make it out to be. First of all, the only way any of us know how to give any offerings is through correspondences. There are several different kinds of correspondences, and I'll go through those. These are the different doctrines of correspondence. Correspondence is rooted in the mythic, means that our understanding of that thing being associated with that god comes out of a story about that god. For instance, the myth about Duke Dantalion having a secret library, then using a book on his altar as a way to signify that you intend to learn with him or astral travel with him. A book is also a functional aspect for learning because the function of a book is to provide information. So the functional doctrine of correspondence is about what that thing does. For instance, if you are looking to build a house, you might use a couple of nails and a hammer. A money bowl is a functional aspect or a functional correspondence, kind of a spell. So functional correspondence is the next way that we identify what we can use with that particular deity. And lastly is the doctrine of signature. This is about what that thing itself looks like. For example, in the doctrine of signatures, I might use this doll's pink color as a correspondence of Venus when I am working with Duchess Gremory. This sits on the altar for Duchess Gremory because of its Venus correspondence. So we see the doctrine of signatures, because of its pink nature, be the reason that it is on her altar. The things on your altar and your offerings should correspond to the workings and intentions that you have with that particular infernal. They do not just have to line up with what that infernal is natively associated with. So for instance, if you are working with King Belial on exercise, you might put a resistance band or a little 2-pound dumbbell on your altar with King Belial. Are those things that are normally seen on altars? No, but will that be an effective way to show your intentions when working with King Belial? Absolutely. Probably more effective than using just crystals and other things on the altar. Having an active altar that gives you a visual cue and makes you do the thing that you intend with that demon or symbolizes it will make you work on those goals faster, will make you achieve those goals faster, and will also embody that energy in a real and physical way, creating that connection between that deity and that thing for you and your own brain. There's a conditioning aspect here as well. So when setting up your altar, when setting up your offerings, think about your goals first, and then the correspondences of your goals and how you are going to represent them on that altar using one of those forms of correspondence, not just to the deity, but to your intention.